And we're live here with Neil Orfield. We're gonna do a little home and away every other week. 1 week on his channel, 1 week on mine. So Neil has a very busy week of content planned out. So we figured why not hop on a Monday and get us started. If I think we're gonna do a DraftKings team. So if you guys want to hop in with us in a second, we were gonna do Eliminator, but without the bye weeks on there, it's kind of tough to do that right now, but we'll see what we get into. So yeah, hop in with us and let's have a good stream. Neil, big night last night for you with the Wolves winning last night. How are you feeling? How are you doing on this Monday? And what time did you wake up this morning so that people can yell at you?
So I woke up fairly early this morning, sort of not on purpose. I kind of woke up and my wife was getting ready because she had to go into the office today, so kind of making a lot of noise. So I actually woke up at a reasonable hour, got a run in. I laid in bed for probably an hour and a half trying to fall back asleep, but then got my morning run in, which is a something I'm trying to change up my schedule a little bit. Works out better for me if I do get my exercise in the morning. So got that in, did a little couple puppy drafts there in the morning while it was still open. But yeah, last night was just incredible, especially when the Wolves were down 20. My wife and I were at a bar that's maybe a mile and a half from our house. And I
Oh,
was thinking about being like, should we go home? Like at one point during the third quarter, it's like, we're down 20. This is not fun. But we, of course, stuck it out. Glad we did. Had a little bit of FOMO because my brother invited me over. The guys that I have season tickets with invited me out to a bar, but it's like out in the suburbs. So I thought about going there, didn't go there. So had a little bit of FOMO that we were just at a local bar that was not one of our regular spots. But at the end of the day, man, just incredible. And now we get a full another series of the Timberwolves. So not too much FOMO. That was just yeah, it was. People wrote off the Nuggets for a little while, then they wrote off the Timberwolves, and ultimately the Timberwolves made it happen. Very, very exciting. I've only been a Timberwolves fan for, I guess, 11 years now. I'm not the true lifer like some of my friends are, but it's been a rough stretch for the Timberwolves. So pretty fun to see them finally succeeding.
yeah, what a series! Holy crap! And then now they're facing up against the Mavs, and I feel like it's a very interesting matchup because it's like obviously they have Luka, and it's just a very like fast paced team, and then you kind of have the Timberwolves, which are like they kind of have some pieces to match up with them well on defense. So I mean, I'm a Pistons fan, and it's been a rough like probably what 15 years since they were
Yeah.
really good in the early 2000s. So I'm a Timberwolves fan, like in the background, hoping they make it. Just with everyone all hype around it. So I'm super excited for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty fun for those of us who are just used to having bad teams, which is kind of Minnesota sports in general. We just haven't had many outside of the WNBA. The Lynx have been pretty damn good, but Timberwolves, Twins, Vikings. Vikings are always in contention, but never really like Super Bowl contention. So it's fun to have a team that has a real shot at winning a championship.
Yeah, you know what? I think I was actually in Minnesota watching the Vikings when Diggs had that crazy catch. So I think that
Minnesota
was
Miracle.
pretty fun. I mean, they didn't make it that far, but that was a pretty fun moment. But
No, yeah, that was. I mean, I still remember like where I was. That was really fun.
yeah, that was sick. So yeah, you were asking me right before we hopped on, how am I doing with the schedule? On my last stream, actually, to start us off, there's a guy I know, his name's Tommy Hawley. He made a like a Quizlet with like week 17. And so
Oh,
I was just going through that like I was studying for an exam, and then I timed myself, and I think I got it in like 31 seconds or something. So week 17 I have pretty good, but week 16 it will be the next one. I don't know if I'll really care about week 15. I mostly care about week 17, but yeah, I was like I have to get this in my brain as fast as possible so I don't have to like waste time pulling it up and doing stuff like that. So
you're further along than I have. I have the schedule pulled up so we can look at it when we are drafting. But I have not memorized the full Week 17 schedule. I've been doing some slow drafts, so like I get to certain picks and I kind of pull up like, oh, who are they playing in Week 17? I know San Francisco, Detroit. That's the one that I know for sure. I think that there's a lot of like across the playoffs. There's the Seahawks are playing the NFC North a lot, so I kind of feel like there's like a matrix going on there somewhere. But it's all sort of like vague in my brain right now. I have not got it all straight.
Yeah, my other friend David Deplout, he tweeted out, like, he's a crazy Excel sheet guy, and he it's this thing called the Stackmaster 9000, and it has like it's like a matrix of like all the matchups versus all the teams, and it's like it's hard to explain without showing it, but it's definitely I think I retweeted it, and I can link it down below, but it's definitely very helpful. It's a lot to take in, but once you kind of wrap your head around it, I feel like it's like you can galaxy brain some stuff going on within divisions and different teams. So
I'll have to check that out. I did not see that repost.
So let's check out some comments really quick before we hop in. Yeah, Tyler's in here. Yeah, I took the Pit Vipers off Neil's thumbnail. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh no.
Well,
to be honest, I did not know when you asked me Pit Vipers or no Pit Vipers. I've never heard of Pit Vipers. I was like, I kind of could figure it out from context what you were talking about there, but it's not a term I was familiar with, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I just have the knockoff Amazon version of them, but maybe one day when I'm a big time streamer, I'll get a real pair of Pit Vipers just for the vibes. But we got Toronto Dave in here, we got Nick, we got Go AZ Cards. I think we're actually going to hop into a DraftKings draft since the puppy just filled like within an hour of us starting, which was our original goal. But you want to hop in here really quick?
Yep, I had the schedule pulled up so we can look at this if and when we need to throughout the draft. Of course, it sounds like you already have Week 17 all figured out.
So I do have it. I do have the cheat sheet over here as well. So if we need to like just default quickly, we can do that.
All right. Well, then we are going to jump into this draft. Okay. Well, we will make our own picks.
But yeah, you said you have a very busy week. I know you have a stream later tonight and a few other ones. If you want to, while we wait to fill, plug yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so on my channel this week, I have, first of all, tonight I have a stream going on with Jim Waller, who won the Pit Bowl on DraftKings last year for $120,000. So that'll be fun talking. We'll take a closer look at the schedule. Hopefully I'll start to kind of figure out what's going on with the NFL schedule. He's going to join me tonight. Now I'm trying to remember, tomorrow is the 21st. I think tomorrow is the day, and I hope I don't have these backwards, but I think tomorrow Tom Strachan is coming on from the Fantasy Sanctuary.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that'll be my first time drafting with Tom. I've watched some of his content, really like Tom, but we've never streamed together, so that should be fun. Tomorrow night, nothing because I have softball. Wednesday during the day, I then have Megan Shoop coming on. During the afternoon, we're going to do some best ball drafts. Wednesday night, I was going to do playing for keeps Wednesday night, but of course the Timberwolves then advanced to the next round. So now I'm going to be going to the Timberwolves game Wednesday night, and then Thursday I don't remember if I don't think I have anything lined up during the day, but moved playing for keeps to Thursday in the evening, and that will be with Nerdy Tenor, one of the best DFS players on the planet, who also just launched a site. So really excited to pick his brain about what's going on there.
Hell yeah, yeah! I'm super excited for all the DFS content and kind of getting to know some of the people in the space, because I mean you've had like the list of lists on there so far. So excited for the rest of the summer for that. I was pulling out the flannel and the glasses because I was like, I'm trying to match your energy here.
Nice.
And then of course I didn't say anything, so now you're not wearing a flannel, but it's okay. It still goes with the vibe.
It's super hot here in Minnesota. I'm trying to see if I have any of my oh yeah, I do. Okay.
It's hot as hell here too. I told my girlfriend we need to. She gets cold, but I was like, we have to turn on the air because otherwise I'm gonna sweat through this shirt.
So last year, I got so many complaints about not wearing flannel that I bought a couple of these faux flannels that are short sleeve, not actual flannel material, but they look like flannels.
Wow.
I'm not gonna put it on now because it'll just make me hotter. But that is what I can kind of do to pull off the flannel look, even when it is definitely too hot for a flannel right now in Minnesota.
I mean, hey, that's a sharp move right there. That's
Oh yeah,
you can get away with that on stream with the especially with the short sleeves. Nobody can even see it. So
exactly. I'm trying to figure. So it's still showing me as nobody else has entered this Millie Maker with me. I can't. My guess is that it's just not updating correctly. So let me pull up my
okay, yeah. I mean,
phone.
we can vamp. I can vamp for hours if I need to.
But it doesn't
Um,
usually take that long. Like nobody has entered since we started. I doubt that. So let's see. Where's the
yeah, if we
update?
want to, while we have a second, I started up a new channel. It's called Super Stack Bros with two other streamers that I'm sure if you guys have been watching, you've seen them. But PPR Tyler and Best Ball Guy both started streaming in the last couple months as I did. Super sharp guys, super entertaining guys, and created a little triumvirate there. And I think we're sometime in the summer we're gonna start up a Discord. I don't think we want to rush into it. Whenever we kind of get the channel going a little bit more. The first stream was on my channel because we couldn't stream on that one, but excited to kind of switch it up and do some fun different drafting ideas and different bits on there than the normal best ball draft. So super excited for that. So go sub to that down in the description if you haven't already done that. And yeah, we're at 466 subs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at 500, but we're pretty close. So I'm probably I've been doing a giveaway, so I'm going to do another one. Well, we can actually do that while we're waiting. The giveaway, second giveaway, gave away $25 for the 400, and we just hit 450. So going to do that. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff to come this summer, and excited to be here with you guys and doing it.
Hell yeah. Do you want to tease any of the? Oh, we are in, and we have pick number 4. Do you
Okay.
want to tease any? Oh, and a lot of people that I know in here. Do you want to tease that? What kind of things are you going to be doing that are different than the usual best ball stuff? Or are you still
Well,
figuring that out?
I think we're gonna do some like, and a couple of them are like angel versus devil, or kind of like a fantasy court where like one person is up in the corner, and I don't know if we're gonna do costumes or what we're gonna do. Maybe just like some cheap props, but angel and devil, and then have someone be the mediator where we kind of like make a case for a player either one way or the other.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna try just some like different. Like weird, like not randomizer, but like kind of stuff like that, where we kind of have prompts and different stuff. And yeah, well, I think we'll have some guests on there as well to just switch it up. But yeah, it should be really fun. And then Nez is coming on from the Badge Bros on Wednesday, and then I'm in the talks with Peter Overzet. I kind of pushed it off because I wasn't sure what my streaming schedule is going to be like, and he's obviously very, very busy, but
Yeah.
he should be coming on in the next couple weeks. So
Nice. Yeah. That'll be fun. Getting Nez and Pete Overzet on early. Getting some big dogs on the channel right away.
yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so we're up at the 4 spot,
Yeah.
and
We got
have
big.
you done any DraftKings drafts yet?
I've done a few. I historically have not had a lot of success at DraftKings. For it feels so much softer whenever I do the drafts, and then historically have not had as much success in DraftKings as Underdog. Maybe I should. I did not update the ranks since the schedule came out, which maybe is a mistake. I guess we can sort by ADP though.
Yeah, I'm always down. I'm always down for some ADP, and I think it's weird because I still feel like I can't remember the Underdog ADP, so you have to slightly adjust
I
it
know
for the PPR format.
it's a
But
little
yeah,
bit different.
yeah, speaking of Tom, because I know Tom is obviously in the UK, so he does a lot of DK drafts. So I saw he did one the other day with I think he did it with what's his name from Spike Week.
Buying for?
Yeah, buying for. So yeah, I'm excited to see your stream with him as well because I want to have him on as well. Super sharp guy, and obviously he's streaming with Emo Cowboy Tyler. So yeah, seems like a super nice guy. He's been super helpful with me as I'm starting up streaming. So
Yeah, really like Tom. So looking forward to again the first time we're actually doing a stream together. And it'll be what I think he's maybe 5 or 6 hours ahead of me. So kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. It's definitely, I know it's like evening for him whenever he drafts, or like I think they moved it to 6 p.m., which is like, yeah, like midnight his time. But
do you want Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson? How do you feel here?
um slight lean to Chase or Jefferson, but
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, Jefferson does have the nice dome games, but for now, I think I'm leaning Chase. Um, Maybe we get that. I know Cincinnati is, I believe, playing the Broncos week 17.
yep, Cincy Broncos.
Yep. So
See,
that's kind of
Neil,
a fun
you
matchup.
already got it. You're selling yourself short.
I know a few of them. Most of these I do not know. But yeah, Vikings versus Green Bay is kind of fun. But yeah, I'm happy with that matchup. Wouldn't
B
mind
Kurt's
adding
in here
some.
with us.
Yeah, I saw B Kurt in there. I saw Raphael is in there. I saw who else was in there? I saw somebody else right away. Oh yeah, I am the Kai is in here with us.
Okay, got some friends and family in here.
Yeah.
So what is your approach in DraftKings versus underdog? Like how does the equation change for you, and kind of like what players get boosted up and what players get pushed down?
I mean it's PPR. So like running backs who catch the ball a lot obviously get pushed up quite a bit. I think historically I tend to do more zero RB uh, on uh, on DraftKings than underdog, just because I assume that it'll be better to go zero RB because it is half PPR on underdog and it's full PPR on DraftKings. I don't know if that's the right approach. That might be the thing that I'm getting wrong. The reason I haven't had a lot of success on DraftKings in general. Charlie Gershman in the chat. He's DraftKings employee. Good to see Charlie in here with the
Oh damn.
howl. Also a fellow Minnesotan. So very excited about the Timberwolves win as well.
Hell yeah. Perfect timing. Yeah, it's weird because yeah, like I said, like I've talked about before, like I play a way too much dynasty, and that's all PPR. So I feel like my brain is already kind of like in the PPR mindset, and then I have to switch it for underdog. So a little bit more in my comfort zone for the PPR. So I don't mind switching over and doing some PPR for sure.
Yeah. Me neither. I just have not had success at it for whatever reason. It always feels like I come out of the draft feeling so much better. Like I'm going to crush this. I'm going to have a 40% advance rate. And just so far has not worked out for me that way. All right. We're coming up on our pick. Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins at the top of the board here. No real, like we don't want to be adding anybody from Denver at this point.
Yeah.
So no real correlation pieces as far as I can tell. Anybody that stands out to you who's like looks better since the schedule came out?
I mean, obviously the Houston Baltimore is probably getting pushed up a lot. Yeah, there's some weird ADP stuff. Okay, so I'm fine with Adams or Nico. I mean, probably Nico just for the offense, and just maybe Adams falls off with the age, but I view them like literally almost exactly the same. Just I'll switch it up based off exposures, but
Yeah, I think so. So the benefit to Devonte Adams is I do think that he might be the one that I think Jefferson I said has 3 dome games. I think Adams might have 3 dome games in the playoffs, and that's just based on I was listening to Overs that stream this morning. I think he mentioned it, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I think it was Devonte Adams though, actually, not Jay Jets. Maybe
let's see.
Jay Jets has
Uh,
Week 17 dome game. Yeah, New Orleans, so I know that's a dome game. Hang on, coming up on our pick.
yeah, he has Atlanta, Jacksonville, and at New Orleans. So that's 2 dome games. Or no, yeah,
3 dome games.
3 dome. Yeah, 3 dome games.
Yeah. So that is nice. I guess that's the benefit to old man Devonte if he can make it to the end of the season.
And it's not like Devontae Adams isn't like if he goes off, it's still going to be good in half PPR, but like he does rack up those just catches too. So that always feels nice. Little bit less so last year just because of the quarterback play, but I think Minshew is like pretty fine. Like as like we saw Pittman have a pretty solid year last year, and I
Yeah.
think Adams is better than Pittman. So
All right. So my thought here would be either Achan just to get that running back in there who catches passes, and then or Diggs just to go onto the stack with Nico Collins.
Um, Yeah, I mean, I'd say we go Diggs and just build out a little Houston thing and see what falls back to us, because I think there could be some Baltimore pieces that we can get coming around at our next couple picks, which would be kind of fun. I don't know where the ADPs. That's the thing, is I'm so used to underdog. I don't know where the ADPs land, but
I'm also now trying to remember, is Devon Achan actually a great pass catcher, or do I just assume that of every small back who like is a good and efficient running back? Now I'm
I
trying to
mean,
look up the
it's
stats.
weird because I think he isn't like an amazing pass catcher, but
Yeah,
he's fine enough. And in that offense, they
yeah, it
really
doesn't matter.
do like it's a weird offense where it's like even if you're not a great pass catcher, they still are gonna like scheme weird stuff up for you. So I think he's just fine enough in PPR as well, because he
Yeah,
will get like
just
some.
over 3 targets per game though in his active games is nothing great there.
Yeah, nothing great. I think yeah, it's weird too because I mean, with Mostert, I don't think Jalen Wright is a particularly good pass catcher.
Okay,
So it's like and the kind of offense they run and how they rotate their backs, it's pretty much just like they don't really have a third down back per se. It's just like whoever's on the field. But if one of the guys is going to be the quote pass down back, I think it'll be Achan. Whatever. It's not really applicable to the Dolphins, I don't think, but yeah.
okay. So you're saying Houston, Baltimore is week 17. So that's
Yeah.
something we should be
So
considering
yeah,
coming up.
couple quarterback options for us, or um, let's see, or we can go the bring back with some Baltimore guys. So yeah,
Yep.
I think this is playing out pretty well, especially with these in PPR. These starting with these three receivers feels pretty good.
Yep. I'm just queuing some guys up who we can consider up there, so we don't forget.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. ETN, if he were to fall to us, I think he had a really weird end of the season. But like in the first half or about the first half of the season, he was getting a ton of passing game work and was a bell cow. I think there was some news that said that like, oh, they want to use Tank Bigsby a little bit more, but it's like I'm just not sure if Tank Bigsby is like the kind of talent that's really going to keep ETN from if ETN just doesn't get injured or just whatever, he's going to get a lot of work. And I think he's a little bit mispriced. Like I don't see why ETN isn't like, I feel like you could take him in the like Saquon, like JT range personally. I don't know. I guess it's just the end of the season. People are a little bit scared off, but I think talent wise and just role wise, like he could be up there.
Yeah. So to me, it's more like those guys should be closer to him as opposed to him moving up there. But I don't know.
No, that's a
I
good
agree
point.
that there's
Yeah,
not a huge separation there.
yeah, I think that maybe they both should be like maybe like around pick right like 25 to 30 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they should converge there in the middle. That's a good point.
All right, coming up on our pick, and this will be interesting. Depending on what is on the board here for us, it'll be an interesting decision.
Yeah, if we don't, well, I feel like we're going to get a couple of our guys here because we're
Yeah.
only 2 picks away. So let's see what falls to us. But
Yep. Oh, I got a notification that I'm up in 2 picks. All right, Zay Flowers goes. So we could go either Lamar Jackson or CJ Stroud here. Um, I mean, we probably want Stroud because we have the correlation, but
yeah, because I mean,
or do we take Andrews and then just leave it to chance?
Yeah, you want to go Andrews and then we'll get one of the two, hopefully.
Yeah, and then we already have some correlation built in there.
Hopefully we don't like people don't take I guess someone might have Flowers that might take Lamar, but should get one of the two.
I think Zay Flowers went right before us. So that was part of the like probably nobody is gonna like if somebody takes Lamar, it'd have to be naked Lamar. Doesn't mean that they won't, but you know. Oh no.
Did both of them just go? Oh no.
He just took
Lamar went.
Wait, he took Tank Dell and then Lamar went. So Tank Dell was still available there. So we're probably there's a good chance we're gonna lose both of our guys here. Yep. All right. So now we want T. Higgins. Well, we could add T. Higgins onto our Cincinnati stack.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
How do you feel about T. Higgins? Because he he was a 2-3 turn pick, right, for like what 2 straight years, and then had a weird season last year. So how do you feel about him in all formats?
I like him where he is right now. Like I think that he like I probably wouldn't take him in the second round right now, or maybe not even the third round, but where he's going in the fourth, fifth round, like that's great to me. I think he has plenty of upside. Yeah, it's interesting. So I had the conversation with Jacob Sanderson last year about we did a draft where we got T Higgins, or sorry, we got Jamar Chase, and he was basically saying like everybody then takes Jamar Chase second and then takes T Higgins at the end of the third round, and he was basically advising against that. At least push him to the early fourth, because the best case scenario for T Higgins is if Jamar Chase gets hurt, but at his price now, I think it is totally reasonable to take both of them. Just bet on that Cincinnati offense, throw in Joe Burrow. So yeah, I'm in on him where he's going. How do you feel about him?
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about at his cost. Like it's crazy that he's dropped so much, especially in a PPR site like DraftKings. Like that seems like pretty crazy that he's going in like the mid 50s.
I'm just betting on just a revitalized offense this year. Like they dealt with so many injuries last year in Cincinnati, with Joe Burrow hurt for a while, Jamar Chase hurt for a while. I just think the whole offense is going to come back to what we thought they were going to be going into last year before all the injuries happened.
Yeah, I mean, I still think, right, like Joe Burrow is very, very good, and so is Jamar Chase, and so is Higgins. And I don't think Higgins is going to get moved this year. Maybe after the year, but yeah, it seems like an offense that's going to bounce back, and their costs are pretty palatable, especially with the Higgins and Burrow. Burrow, if kind of he falls sometimes, which is kind of weird. I guess maybe if someone with the Chase or Higgins doesn't already takes a quarterback and they just don't, he gets pushed. I've seen him fall like 15, 20 picks sometimes, but
yeah. Well, Joe Burrow is not the kind of quarterback that you want if you don't have either of them.
naked,
So
yeah.
like I guess you could backstack him, but it's like most of his passing is going to be to Higgins and Chase most likely. So it's one of
Yep.
those, like if you don't have one of those players, like I'm not taking him at pick 80 if I don't have either of most likely I'm not taking him at pick 80 if I don't have either of Chase or Higgins. Maybe occasionally, like if he falls far enough, then I'll tell myself the story of like, all right, I'll get the backstack with Jermaine Burton and throw on Gesicki or something. But generally, like I'm not drafting him without one of his top receivers. So
Yeah, it seems pretty thin if you're just going whatever Chase Brown, Jermaine Burton, Gesicki. It's like I don't know if that's really the bet I want to be making.
Spurious News says the Super Stack Bros sniped him on a naked Burrow when he tried to push him. Is he saying he was? Are you saying that you were going to take Joe Burrow naked, Spurious News, or did the Super Stack Bros take him naked?
That's a good question. I actually don't remember.
You don't remember this?
I do remember Burrow. I think maybe we took Burrow. I don't think that was my choice. I'm going to be completely honest, because Eric All sleeper maybe. Yeah,
Another late round. Like you could throw him on there, but isn't he recovering from an injury?
yeah, he's coming off an ACL, and they drafted another tight end in the draft who had I don't know how good he was, but he had a good RAS score at least. And they have Gesicki, so I'm not super into Eric All.
I'm taking
maybe
Burrow.
if we get more news. Okay.
You good with that? Take Burrow.
Yeah, I say we
Right.
take him.
Yeah, I mean, right at ADP, we have both of his receivers. We could have tried to push him, but like, what's the point? Unless somebody else was just like a slam dunk here, like I'm taking my guy.
I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah, it's interesting. I was watching the stream with Pete in and out because that was a long stream. It started at 10 a.m. and I think it finished at like what 2?
I never finished it. While I was on the treadmill, I was drafting and listening to that stream at 2x volume, 2x speed. Do we want to take Zamir White here or Swift?
He does not seem like a guy that I want in PPR.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else we could go to. I don't mind Rome. I don't mind Swift for PPR seems like fine enough, or Ramondre. I kind of lean Swift.
All right, I'll do Swift. I like it. That's because we do have we have 4 receivers already, which totally fine on PPR site, but add in a little running back, fill out that starting roster. When you can't really when I need a tiebreaker, I'm just like who can I put in my starting lineup? So I think Swift is a good pick there.
Yeah, Swift it's like I'm a Lions fan. It's such a weird like roller coaster. Like I feel like every year I'm like in on him and then out on him again, and then now I'm back in because his cost is way cheaper than it has been.
Yeah.
And they gave him a bag, so I'm pretty in on the Chicago offense, and I think he's going to get first crack at it. And he hasn't, like, last year was weird because the Eagles don't really throw to the running back, so it's like the best. I don't know what I view as the best part of Swift's game is kind of like scheming up touches to him in the passing game. He's explosive as well, but I think whatever in PPR he's even more enticing there. So
yeah, no, I think that's a solid pick here. I needed to see. Spurious News says bye weeks aren't real. Now, as a certified bye week bro, I gotta say my favorite part of the overs that stream was when he capitulated and said, "It turns out bye weeks are a real thing. They are. It does matter getting bye weeks. Of course, do we have nasty bye weeks here? Let's see. Yeah, we have 14. Oh, I didn't even notice that. We do have 3-week 14. That's not too bad though. Our Houston guys and Andrews. So that whole stack, that game stack, it's all week 14 buys. But other than that, we don't have any huge concerns here.
That's fine. We're gonna backfill some receivers. I think we'll feel okay.
Yeah.
And the upside for those guys and the week 17 matchup, like I think that I'm fine taking them even though they have the same bye week. So
I am the guy asking. I jumped down around to stack Dak and Ferg with CD. Bad move. I don't know if it's a bad move. I think those are just like really strong picks. So I think I think that's a good stack to do. Good strategy.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of coming around on Ferg. There's been a lot of discourse about him, but it's just like it's Brandon Cooks and Tolbert, and it's like I think we've seen the Dallas tight end just kind of eat in the way they use him, and it's like I don't think there's that much target competition for him. So even though I don't think Ferg is like some elite talent, I think he's going to get a lot of red zone work, and he's going to get a lot of just targets. So I think he's actually a pretty good bet. I'm usually, like we've talked about, taking an elite guy just because I think they're mispriced, but I think I need to start taking some more Ferg.
Yeah, I think that he might be like closer to elite than we give him credit for. Like I think that he's one of those guys that like I look at rankings and I'm like, oh yeah, I forget how good he was last year, and like he doesn't really have a lot of competition, like you said. So I think I'm trying to get more in there. Although I've been with you, like I'm like I always draft Evan Ingram, frequently take like Evan Ingram as my tight end too. I'm trying to be more open minded though, and I definitely I always want to take him when I take Dak. So I don't hate that reach a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty in on Ingram too. But I think it's just like a player take thing where I'm just like, okay, Ingram is better and he just had a crazy season, but it's like Ferg could certainly pay off, especially with the lack of a number 2 wide receiver. So
yeah. All right. So we probably don't want another week. I mean, with wide receiver, I'm also generally less concerned about bye weeks until like we get later on in the draft. So my lean here, and you might not like this, but I hear Najee Harris is in the best shape of his life. Have you ever heard that before? Best shape.
I have. I heard he finally cleaned up his diet, even though he's been in the NFL for what is this, his 5th year.
Are you open to that pick, or do you prefer Pollard, Smith, and
No, I definitely prefer Najee if we're going running back. I don't mind Hopkins if we just want to get another receiver in this tier. But it sounds like you want Najee, so let's go Najee.
Yeah, I've drafted so much Jalen Warren, and I have not drafted a lot of Najee, so I'm just like I want to add him to my portfolio a little bit more. A couple years ago, he was a PPR scam. Like, would have been a great DraftKings pick. I feel like he was not used as much in the passing game last year. At least is my recollection. That could be false, but that's. I guess I could look.
Yeah, I think Jalen Warren was more the passing game guy, but I mean, I just think I get the Jalen Warren steam, but I just think we're like he's still the number 2. I think
jumping the shark a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's jumping the shark a little bit. Like I think they should be going around where they're going, like pretty much back to back. I get it.
So targets by year for Najee, 94 in 2021, then 53, then just 38 last year. So yeah, the receiving game has definitely fallen off. The opportunity is there for Najee.
Yeah, Warren I think is more trust in that area, but I think Najee's going to get so much work that even in PPR, like it's kind of going to be fine. Like just touchdowns and just volume. And I don't think he'll get a ton of targets, but I think he could be one of these guys where just like was it Josh Jacobs 2 years ago? We're just like he pays off at his cost of like 8th round.
Yeah. All right. JSN went. I was kind of hoping for JSN. Bowers is gone. It looks like could go Goddard, could go Mike Williams, Samuel.
I don't mind Lockett.
Oh yeah, is Lockett there?
Yeah, Lockett or Samuel.
Let's go Lockett just for like later quarterback. We could potentially, if we need somebody late.
Yeah, I mean,
to me, they're similar bets, but one of them, the quarterback's already gone.
Yeah. Yeah, Sutton. I mean, we have Sutton, I guess, would have been week 17, but
yeah, I thought about doing Sutton also a late quarterback who I kind of like, but he's also could fall to us. He's also a trade candidate, so it's like, is he gonna be still a run back for us? I don't even know that.
Yeah, I just think I prefer Lockett just generally, and you said you can back second as well, so that's pretty fun. It opens us up to a late Noah Fant pick as well, so always down for that.
I am the Kai says, should have said something. I tried to go early RB to stay out of your way. I mean, I didn't notice. I guess we could look at the draft board. I haven't been doing that.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. So I am the Kai went CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams. Anyone? Kyron Williams, Rashad White, Joe Mixon. Damn, look at you. Then he goes Dak Prescott and Jake Ferguson, which I think that's totally fine to do that at that turn personally.
Yeah, he's recovering with some wide receivers. So yeah, just hammer wide receiver for a little bit and don't mind it at all. And all those running backs can catch passes. So yeah, I like it.
I have not done a ton of DraftKings stream drafts. I've done many drafts, but not on stream. So I'm not used to the pulling up the board here. Looks nice.
Yeah, it's not the underdog aesthetically pleasing draft.
It kind of is in its own way. I don't dislike it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a lot better than it used to be for sure. And yeah. The colors kind of throw me off.
Yeah, we got Piss Boy for wide receiver. What is it? Crank Purple, that's tight end, right? So they have blue here.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so we have Burrow at quarterback, we have Swift and Najee at running back, and then we have Chase, Nico, Diggs, Higgins, and Lockett, right, at receiver.
Yep. Here we can pull up the team. At least I think I can. Oh yeah, it's up here. Yeah, so we have, and this is the part that it's, I wish I could just see it grouped by position. They do starting lineup and then the rest, which I kind of throws me off a little bit. But yeah, we have Burrow at quarterback, Swift, Harris at running back. At wide receiver, we have Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, T. Higgins, Tyler Lockett. And at tight end, we have Mark Andrews.
We have a Go AZ card saying Engram on a full PPR. Sign me up. Yeah, I definitely agree on that. He might be the skeleton key at tight end on a PPR site. Spurious news, waiting for Felix to pop up in the chat. Yeah, anytime you take if you say Najee 3 times, Felix will appear.
I was just trying to summon him. Don't know where he is. Somebody else was asking about Nick Chubb around ADP of 100. I'm out on it. I guess this would be where we could consider taking him this late, but in general, I'm pretty out on Nick Chubb this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty out on him, and on a PPR site, it's like I dock him even a little bit more. So yeah.
Do we want to go Sutton here?
I said we can go Sutton. We could go
still available.
Yeah, Sutton, Schultz if we want for our Houston and Baltimore thing, but I kind of feel like pushing tight end too. Chase Brown for the Bengals.
Could have also done Javonte. I think Sutton my favorite here, but
yeah, let's go Sutton for the bring back.
All right, Sutton, and then we consider Javonte, Chase Brown, Schultz in that order, maybe.
Yeah, Schultz. I don't mind Spears as a as a 1A 1B, and he actually caught, I forget the number of passes he caught, but it was shockingly high. So I feel like he's a good PPR play. Jacoby Myers, I feel like
dome games
and perennially underrated. Just like he's very good, and I know they added Bowers, but it's like I still think he just, especially in PPR, like he's kind of like a very, very safe option there.
Agreed. Yeah, I like him. He goes.
Okay,
we are back on the board. I'd be happy with Chase Brown here. Another 1A 1B in part of our stack also.
Yeah, let's go Chase Brown. I think that makes the most sense. I don't mind Schultz, but it's just like I'd rather just push our.
Also, we don't have the quarterback. I guess he is part of our like secondary stack, but since we don't have the quarterback, I don't want to make like a huge bet on Houston without the quarterback. I don't know. I guess I'd just rather have the piece that's added on to our primary stack rather than adding on to a secondary stack where we already have a lot of capital invested in it.
Yeah, and I think just structure wise as well.
Yeah, also true.
Taking Andrews really does like just allow you to push tight end too. So it's just like I want to lean into that and push it later.
I kind of like this little optical. You're up in 13 picks in our next square. Like they don't color it the same way, like where it's all down the column, but it's kind of nice to have that little touch there.
No, that actually is nice. I like that. We got to give our props to DraftKings when they do something good. So
yeah, for sure. Especially because Charlie, came into the stream with us, so got to give them some props.
Absolutely. Let's see what else.
Good to see Jim is also team no chubby. It says he has 0 chub, but Jim is going to be. He says he's going to be with me. He wants to draft Devontae. He's drafted a lot of Devontae Adams, so maybe tonight when he's the one who's coming on my stream later, Jim Waller. So maybe we'll be drafting some Raiders stacks tonight.
Yeah, it's like I like Devontae. I do. It's just I don't know. Like it's just if I'm I think the downside is just way more there for Devontae. Whereas Nico, I'm like, it's whole offense to the moon. I'm in on the talent. Yeah. Devontae, obviously, like I don't think he fell off at all, but it's like Gardner Minshew and just kind of the shit show that is the Raiders versus the Texans that are kind of just blowing up and on the ascension. I'm just rather go there, but it's not. I don't want 0 Devontae at all. I still want around 8%.
Yeah. All right. So we're at 1 quarterback, 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers, and 1 tight end so far. As far as bye weeks go, we have a week 7, week 9 at running back, and week 12. So we're spread out at running back. That's good. I feel like we're pretty spread out now. I guess Cortland Sutton another week 14 bye. So we threw out another week 14 bye receiver. But we got Lockett, Higgins, and Chase at least have non-week 14 buys already. Are we up or is this?
Yeah, we're on the clock.
Oh, shit. I like Dontavian Wicks. I like we could go Zeke. Not really in there, but
I mean, I think Zeke could catch a lot of passes.
That is true. I think it could make sense for this team too, where we have a lot of receivers already. I think he's going to.
Let's go Zeke.
Yep, we got Zeke, and he's week 7. But again, not a huge concern at running back. We already have 3 different bye weeks there, so I think we're good.
Yeah, I do. I am very in on Wicks as well. I think Wicks, Downs, and Leggett. Jacob Sanderson had like the same thought, but like I'm very in on Downs and Leggett, and definitely coming around in Wicks as well. So it's like I almost want to tap one of those guys if they're there like every single time in my drafts. It's just I like the talent and I like the offenses. We've talked.
I feel like I'm not really in on Downs just because it feels to me like Pittman is like so clearly the alpha there. Like they just feed him the ball.
Yeah,
So I'm a little bit concerned with Downs where he's going in drafts, and then they add AD Mitchell, and I think the running quarterback. I'm not as into Downs, but if Jacob Sanderson gave you a compelling argument, also he is the one who convinced me to draft a ton of Nico Collins last year. I got to give him a lot of
same,
credit for that. So
same
maybe
here.
I'll need to read a little bit more about Downs. All right, we're up next. All right, we are on the board. Um,
You want to go? Want to go Wicks?
oh yeah, Wick's still there. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was gonna say that was the other thing that I was thinking through is like the 80 playing the ADP game there as well.
Yep. Love that.
Wow.
All right. Now we've got a
Yeah,
little
that
time
worked out
before our next pick.
perfectly.
So what is your case for Downs? Tell me, sell me on Downs a little bit.
So I think he was having a very good season. He got injured. I would believe it was like week 12 or 13. And so then his peripherals and everything kind of fell off down the stretch. And then it's really so I just believe in the talent there.
Okay.
I believe in the offense. I just think it's going to be super fast paced. I think Richardson, like, yes, he's a black box, but I personally just think I'm a believer in Anthony Richardson, and I don't think maybe he's not super efficient and super accurate, but I just don't. It's a profile I want to bet on, offense I want to bet on, and it's also AD Mitchell. It's like he could, right? He has a lot of red flags, and he also has a lot of compelling things in his profile. I just think that Downs is better, so
Okay.
I just want to bet on the better player, especially at cost because he goes like I don't know about on DraftKings, but it's like around 20 picks later. So
Yeah, maybe I'm not giving Anthony Richardson enough credit for his passing because I know he's also like a downfield passer, which is pretty nice for a guy like Downs could benefit from that. So maybe I need to work him in a little bit more than I am. It's one of those like offenses that I have not been like really into buying the Colts offense. So then I'm just like, well, why would I want the wide receiver 2 on an offense that I'm not really into?
yeah,
But
I mean, yeah, he could be the wide receiver 3, right? On a
right.
maybe not. The thing with Richardson is like I don't even think he needs to be that good of a passer. They're going to run so many plays, and I think they're going to have enough passing volume just based on that I don't like. I think we're just assuming with him and JT that they're just going to be like this super run heavy team, and I just don't necessarily know that's going to be the case. And if we knew that they were going to pass whatever around league average, I think all the guys would be going a little bit higher. So it's just talent bet on Downs, and then just the ambiguous situation there. So
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so we have seven picks left. Somebody was asking what is the build on DK, 3 tight end, 3 quarterback. I think ideally, yeah, I think that 3 quarterbacks would be ideal.
yeah,
I have found that quarterbacks go on DraftKings earlier than I expect them to. So like I've done a couple. I was doing a slow draft where I was like, all right, who do I want for my last quarterback in like round 18? And it was like every viable quarterback was gone. So I wonder if we need to be starting to think about looking at quarterbacks pretty soon.
yeah. Let's see who we can. Is there anyone we can stack up? Let's see.
So we could throw Jermaine Burton onto our Bengals stack also. Um,
Yeah, we have Gino we could take, but
that's true. I don't hate that. Sounds
I
like
just
you're
don't
not a
know
fan,
if you're saying quarterback, right? This is pretty early versus
but they go is the problem. It's
that's what
like,
I'm saying. I don't want to get locked out. So I say we go
oh,
Gino
okay.
just structurally.
We
You
also,
know I love Burton, and I know you love Burton as well.
yeah. Is it Packers versus Seahawks week 17?
Packers, Vikings, Seahawks
That's right.
versus Chicago. So we have
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just Swift and Lockett,
And
but
then week 16, oh, it's Packers versus New Orleans. So it's not that. Maybe it's week 15 that they play Packers versus Seahawks. I think they play one of these weeks, I swear. Where are they? I
we
thought they
got
did.
we got Purple Yotion here. I'm late and I'm at the
Green Bay
puppy is
Steelers.
full.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Same.
we were supposed to be drafting puppies, but the last like 2.5% filled in the last like 3 hours, of course.
I threw in like a handful of slow drafts just to like make sure I had a little bit of volume in the puppy. But yeah, I thought that was going to take a while to fill, so I was focusing on all the other like smaller contests, and then didn't get that many into the puppy.
Yeah, once it gets close, people just jam them in there.
All right, so we could take Jermaine Burton.
Yep.
Just do that.
Yeah, I definitely
Love it.
Get all three Cincy receivers.
Yep. We could throw on a late Cincy tight end potentially, but we have 5 picks left. That's the beauty of these DraftKings drafts is 20 rounds, plenty of
Yeah.
picks.
I think Noah Fant. I'm not sure what his ADP is on here, but for our tight end 2 or tight end 3, we could definitely do that. Gesicki. I'm assuming Musgrave already went. Yeah, he did. So we could do Tucker Kraft. We could do a combination of those couple guys. Dulcich as our third. If we take a second one for the Cincy bring back, we could do. I know the world is very divided on Greg Dulcich, but I'm still in just kind of what we were saying with Sutton maybe getting moved. It's kind of just a bunch of guys there, and I just think he was very, very good as a rookie, and whatever. There's probably going to be opportunity for him if he is a guy. If he's not, then it's a 19th, 20th round pick. So whatever.
Right. Oh, Jaleel McLaughlin, one of my favorite picks here. Jaleel McLaughlin goes at the turn. Wouldn't have minded him to be on that bring back of the Cincy stack. He's just one of those guys where he's going in drafts. I just think he's such a strong bet. Like the downside is so low. I think like he's just like the downside is he is what he is. Like he is what we're drafting him. The upside is he's the RB1 in Denver on a team that's going to run a lot, and he's super efficient as we saw last year. So he's definitely one of my favorite late round picks. But he goes here.
Yeah, and he catches passes, and anytime I can bet against Javonte Williams, I will definitely do that. So,
all right. So pick coming up here. So I'm going to. All right. There's a few picks I see here that I like.
Yeah. Can you tab to, or you do your stuff first, and then.
All right. Don't hate Demarcus Robinson there. Wouldn't mind looking at the Khalil Herbert goes. He's another guy that I sort of like as a late round bet.
So how many running backs do we have right now?
We have 4 running backs. We have Swift, Harris, Chase Brown, Zeke Elliott.
So my thought was either Fant for the Seattle thing. I'm fine with Demarcus Robinson. I'm also fine with Bateman to pair with our Houston and Baltimore thing. I say Fant.
All right, let's get Fant there. I'll throw Bateman into the queue.
But I guess running back, I mean, we can just spam like whatever with our last couple picks. We can just spam a few.
At this point, I don't see any running backs who are not part of this enormous tier here. Just of like, yep, it could happen, but it's a long shot. Like I don't see anybody that's really standing out to me as a great bet here.
Yeah,
I do have one more thought, but I want to save it to see if this player is still available.
Yeah, let's see what happens in the next couple picks here. We got B. Kurt up here. Let's see.
Yep, he gets a late stack there.
Oh yeah, he's got the Minshew. Okay.
What is Super Brainiac gonna do?
He loves his cereal.
All right. So my other thought was just this might be our last chance to get a decent QB 3 and Bo Nix. We do have Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. So I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Because we're pretty solid at wide receiver, I think.
Yep.
I don't know that we need to go 3 quarterback, but with 20 picks, I think it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like even these, like I like both Demarcus Robinson, Rashad Bateman, but even them, like I don't see a huge like. I think Zay Jones is not a much worse bet. Jalen Hyatt here, Darius. Like I still see enough of like, yeah, these guys are all kind of a similar tier here. Even though I do prefer Demarcus Robinson and Rashad Bateman over these guys, just like there's a bigger gap to me between the last couple quarterbacks available and then like the nothingness beyond them.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like those are the last guys you can even take at quarterback where you
Yeah.
feel like, and we've talked about Bo Nix before, but he's going to start
Yes.
all 17 games, and we have one of his receivers, and we have the other side of the game. So
Yeah,
I
and he
think that
runs. Like he's a running
and he
quarterback
runs,
too.
yeah.
Like he's got a lot going for him.
So I think that boosts him up my board a little bit. Did you see the draft with I believe it's Easy with that Pete did? He has like a tool that I think is coming out publicly tomorrow, but it's
Oh,
like basically it's like you input your picks like in between picks, and then it boosts up like certain players based on different stuff. I know there's the Brick had the draft caddy as
yeah, sounds
well. That
similar.
was similar to that. So I'm not sure what the difference is there, like technically, but that was it was making me think through like, okay, like what do we if I take this guy, how much does it boost up this guy, right? Based on correlation, based on other stuff. So yeah, that was a cool stream with Easy to see how different people approach drafting, right? Because like some people are purely vibes based, some people are projections based, some people have tools, and
Right.
it's like there's probably stuff to be learned from all those different things. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Easy is a guy that I should probably reach out to at some point, have him on the channel, because he's you know, thinking about this stuff a lot. I like Easy.
yeah, seems super sharp. I haven't had any interactions with him, but it seems like a cool guy.
All right, so we are at 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 8 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. I think we need at least 1 or 2 more running backs.
Yep.
Um, we could, I mean, Jonnu Smith going so late here. Let's see.
Um, we do have Estime if we want to. I mean, I know you said
Yeah,
you're a Jaleel guy, but I feel like he makes sense on this build.
yeah, no, I like just taking bets on these guys who are late on a kind of an undefined running back room. So I like Estimate here.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And he's a bring back. You know, we have, I guess he's part of a primary stack for us now too. We have the Denver bet, so I like that pick.
Let's hope week 17 the Broncos Bengals goes off,
Yeah, or I mean, even just like
or just one.
yeah, exactly. We only need one of them to go off that week, and hopefully they're just both like for the price. Hopefully they're just both good bets during the season because we have bets on both teams now.
So I'm assuming we're going running back here again. Do you
Let's
have a
see.
preference here, or do you want to take? I don't mind Lauby honestly, or Lauby or Ceh. Tank Bigsby is being touted as the RB2 in Jacksonville.
So
Um,
I can't tell if this is just hopium on my part, but I'm still sort of in on Kenneth Gainwell as a 19th, 20th round pick. Like, haven't been taking him on. But I'd be who do you like here at the top? You like Lobby? Is that who you're saying you like? Or
um, Probably Lauby just for the pass catching since it's
that makes
PPR.
sense.
If he's I mean, it's really just it's him, Alexander Madison, and Zamir White, and it's like Madison can catch passes, but it's like I think Lauby might be the third down back, and if he is, that's probably some cheap PPR points we can get here very very late. So
So let me and I don't even know, I'm not making the case we should necessarily take him here, but I do still think that I'm in on Kenneth Gainwell as a late round pick. And it, as I said, might be hopium because I drafted him a ton in like pre-draft stuff. I was very much in on Kenneth Gainwell, thinking that, oh, this guy might be the starter for the Eagles. And then of course they signed Saquon, so it was like, okay, he's clearly not the starter now. But it was like, well, he's probably insulated though from them spending a lot on another running back, so he's probably going to be the RB2. They drafted Will Shipley, but like they didn't really draft him. He was kind of a late pick, right? So like I still think it's probably more likely than not that Kenneth Gainwell is the running back two on a good Eagles offense, and he's going undrafted now. So I still kind of like him as a just like a, all right, well in these contests he's just going undrafted and he might be the RB2 on a good offense. So I'm
yeah,
still sort of in on it, and I can't decide if I'm just like this is just hopium because I have so much of him in the pre-draft stuff. But it still kind of makes sense to me.
I was like way too in on Gainwell for like 2 or 3 straight years.
Yeah.
I still think he's pretty talented. I know they brought in Saquon, but I agree. Like we just don't know who the RB2 is, and I wouldn't just assume that it's Will Shipley over Gainwell based on the fact that they drafted him what was like 5th round or something, which he could be
Yeah,
complete zero. So
yeah, and it's like it's not like Kenneth Gainwell has been bad. Like I think he's been a serviceable back. So
yeah,
I feel like it's people are writing him off, and they really should not be at Will Shipley. Let's see, where did he go? 4th round, pick 127 overall, apparently.
okay. So I mean,
So
whatever.
some,
4th round, a little bit better chance, and I did like his profile,
yeah,
but
me
I
too.
just I do agree on the point that like we shouldn't just assume the rookie. I feel like that's a mistake we make a lot. It's just like, oh, they brought in this rookie, he's going to be the number 2, or he's going to take up on this role, and it's like teams like guys who know the system. They like guys who don't make mistakes, and rookies are typically the ones who they don't know the system and they do make rookie mistakes. So that definitely gives the edge to the veterans.
We're on the
Where
clock.
we're
Do
just
we want? Do you think we want another tight end? Oh, I do like Dawson Knox as a last round tight end, but
yeah,
or we
Knox
could do
or Knox or
uh,
Dulcich. I'm fine with either of those.
I'm gonna start. Where is Dulcich? Is he here?
Or did he go? I'm not sure.
We got Dulcich.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, since he's part of our stack, I think he makes sense here. I like Knox as just like for what like he goes
Yeah,
undrafted, but like we don't really know how things are going to shake out in Buffalo. Maybe they're going to run a lot more 2 tight end sets. So I'm in on it, but on this particular team, like yeah, Dulcich just makes way more
slight
sense.
lean to Dulcich based on the team stuff. Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Um,
now
you want to run another one?
should we just jump right in? So I don't know how to navigate DraftKings as well, so I can't get right to it.
That's
Should,
okay.
should we just jump into another one without looking at the teams? Is
Yeah, let's
anybody
just
going to be
jump in.
offended if we
Yeah.
do that? All right, these are 20 rounds too, so they take a little bit longer. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into another one. $20.
D. Kurt said he was taking Dulcich if we didn't. So there you go. We're vindicated.
Got him. Oh, this one almost full. All right,
Sweet.
hop in. All right, sorry for taking your guy, B. Kurt. So go AZ cards. Charles says gonna do any underdog weekly winners and or eliminators. If so, streamed or strategy. I don't know about you. I definitely will at some point. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, like, my focus obviously is on the Best Ball Mania stuff right now because I'm trying to stream 150. But I'm super into those contests, so for sure.
Yeah, I want to have obviously you coming from the DFS background, and I have a couple other people that I want to bring on and kind of talk through that stuff because to be completely honest, like I have not dove into those whatsoever. So I'm like, I'm a virgin eliminator and weekly winners drafter. I think I'm very into the just normal 18 round drafts, but need to wrap my head around it, and I'm sure you and other people can help me do that. So
Yeah, I mean it's obviously it's a new format that like isn't really solved at this point.
exactly.
I have opinions on how to play both of those contests, and yeah, would love to chop it up sometime, talk about those. Um, I'm into Hall in Indy. I think he's like still very possibly very maybe even likely the RB2 there, and he still has that profile of what could be a good NFL running back. So I'm in on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's better than Trey Sermon, and I think he was the number 2 there before he got hurt. I think he got hurt like week 1.
He was one of my highest drafted players last year. So yeah, it was brutal. He got hurt. I think before week 1 even maybe. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, I forget if it was last week of
Very
preseason
early.
or if it was week 1, like a few plays in. But yeah, speaking of Jacob Sanderson, he's a Colts fan, and I think he plays a lot of Deviant stuff, and he's like, Evan Hull is really good. He had a really good athletic profile, and he catches passes. So I'm in, and I think that thesis still plays out. It could be Trey Sermon, but it's like I just don't think. Oh, we got buying for in here with us.
Yeah, I was gonna say B. Kurt steps out, and we get the other Spike Week guy Bime for step in. Funny
That's
that Bime
hilarious.
for has the rotor grinders. I assume that's an app. I guess we're not on the app, so Bime for just still has the rotor grinders, not using the Spike Week. Is interesting.
That's hilarious.
Maverick USC, I'm pretty sure I know this person, but I can't think of who it is.
Okay. Let's see. Bell Marley, Diehard MMA Pod. Who else do we have?
Yeah, let's see. what Dave plays. Of course, my favorite name, next David Kahn. You don't want to be David Kahn.
Yeah, there's some absolute gems on Underdog.
Yeah. Well, one of them, of course, since Beim4 is in this draft with us, Adam Scherer, Ship My Money, his drafter's name is Beim4's Bitch Tits.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I know. I remember Walrus Balls. He was like at the top. Okay, let's go Amon Ra.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can't mess when I'm a Detroit player. Stacking my paper. Stacking so high, I need a fucking elevator. I'm a deep boy. I'm a deep boy.
Yeah. What up, Big Shot? What up?
We gotta roll the clip. I haven't gotten to use it, so
love it.
I think I used it for the first time a couple days ago. But yeah, Detroit player, Amon Ra St. Brown. We got the little AI dance going. The clips will be flowing on this channel. I have a lot made, and it just happens that Amon Ra falls to us, which is fun.
I thought that there was like, do I have a tab open? Shit, what do I the tab? What's going on right now?
I didn't warn you. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna press it and we'll see what happens.
No, that was good. That was good.
I thought there was a YouTube commercial.
Yeah, I was like, what did I do? I don't know.
Oh, just wait. If we get sniped, you're gonna jump out of your seat.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Looking forward to that.
Let's see.
All right. So we have Amon Ra. So it's we could do the Detroit and San Francisco stacks.
Yeah, I feel like PPR. I really like Olave. I'm not sure if he falls to us. I would probably go Olave even for the week 17 stuff. But fine with Ayuk as well. If you want to override me and go week 17.
No, I'm happy to take Olave here. It just all comes down to what Dave plays. Oh, he takes Olave. Okay. We could also go Devontae Adams.
I kind of like Devontae over Ayuk, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we don't need to always take the pick that is part of a game stack. That'll probably be a common construction. Probably a lot of people doing that, so I'm good with that. Yeah,
and like Ayuk has the spike week potential, but like in PPR, it's obviously he's super talented. It's been said a million times, but yeah, the volume there is just not there from a season-long perspective, unless Debo or someone else gets hurt, which could happen, but projections wise, like I think Adams is going to be significantly better in projections, especially in PPR. So
which could also mean he's going to get steam as sites like Leg Up and ETR people use their projections more and more, their rankings, because they're gonna, the players that project better, they're gonna have ranked higher.
Yeah.
So could just move up.
I mean, we plausibly have locked in 340 targets between our first two picks, which on a PPR site seems pretty good.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, Amon Ra, I still wish I would have played more tournaments the year he was a rookie, because I was just absolutely hammering him like 18th round as he moved up into like the 15th round, and then all I was playing was $10 12-man leagues back in the day. So that I still made a good profit, but definitely not what I could have made. So
yeah, I don't remember if I had much Amon Ra. I think I had some, but I don't remember him being somebody that I like really benefited from him going off.
Yeah, I pride myself on not being as being very unbiased, like as a Lions fan and whatever teams I support. But I just was like Brashad Perriman or rookie who looked really good in college and fell. Like I'm not into Brashad Perriman. So
all right, we could get one of these running backs, Kyron Williams, Devon Achane.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, I'm fine with either of those.
Falling pretty far past ADP.
Debo for the week.
I think we got to take this ADP. I mean, we don't have to, but like we're at pick 31.
Oh yeah, 19 or 20. Yeah. Whatever one you want, bet more. I'm fine with.
All right, I'm going Kyron for this one. He might be they both might be fallers also, so maybe it's not quite the ADP grab that we think it is, but I think I kind of like the bet on Kyron. He was pretty involved in the passing game last year, so I like that pick. I was gonna say I assume I've told you my story of Justin Jefferson's rookie year. Speaking of being a homer, taking advantage of being a homer.
No, you haven't. I was gonna say I didn't even know that you won $1 million until I Googled your name because I just wasn't in the space at all, so I just didn't even look into it. So yeah, why don't you tell me your backstory?
Yeah, so you may recall that the year that Justin Jefferson was a rookie, he was going in like the 12th round, something crazy like that. And the Vikings, and part of it is because the Vikings were, putting out rumors that Olabisi Johnson was the wide receiver too. He was going to be the starting receiver in wide receivers 2 sets. So it was like, man, Justin Jefferson, you can get him in the 12th round or so. Unfortunately, I drafted Olabisi Johnson 1,000 times and did not take Justin Jefferson because I trusted the rumors. So that is my big shame. Is the year Justin Jefferson was going in the 12th round, he went completely off his rookie year, and I was falling for the rumors of Olabisi Johnson being ahead of him on the depth chart. So that is my great shame as a Vikings fan.
You know what? If I have a time machine, like I'm just gonna go back and just relive the glory days of when rookie wide receivers who were drafted in the first round were going like past round 9 or 10. Like Garrett Wilson was going like in the 100s, 110s. Justin Jefferson was going, like you said, like super late. Like now we're drafting Marvin Harrison at the 1-2 turn, and it's like it's fine, but it's like doesn't feel amazing.
No, you're not getting some great deal there.
So we got more running backs falling to us, and I don't really feel like we should take one here, but I would be fine with it.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know. What do you
Wide
think here?
receiver, we could take Tank Dell, I guess. I guess the Q tag is he's fallen because of the Q tag. Mark Cooper.
I mean, do we take the ADP value and just
Trey McBride? I wouldn't hate.
Yeah, I feel like I prefer Trey McBride.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
I like Tank Dell. I feel like McBride just could absolutely smash.
Yeah. Tight end, like the positionality, just like, yeah, give me the could smash tight end in the 4th round. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, I'm so in on the Cards this year. Like if they fail me this year, I'm gonna be real sad. But yeah, that's just obviously McBride, Marvin Harrison, Broden Benson, Zay Jones. I know he's not anything special, but like he's fine enough. James Conner's still there, and they have I forget their coach's name, but another Philly guy who likes to push the pace a little bit as well.
Quarterback. Let's see. I know Go AZ Cards could tell us.
I'm just blanking. My brain isn't firing on all cylinders today, but
maybe I don't know. Who is their current coach? It's not Jonathan Gannon. He's out, right?
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon.
Oh, it is Jonathan Gannon. Where was he? Oh, he was in Carolina before. Is that right? I swear he was somewhere.
Am I tripping?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's see. I blame you, streamers, for.
Go ahead.
No. You finish off. Let me Google Jonathan Gannon so I can see. Now I have to know.
Was he the Jets?
Yeah, Philly Eagles defensive coordinator.
Okay. Huh.
And
who am I thinking of?
He had the weird like the weird super cringe like interaction.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He did like a weird like eye roll interview.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. I was thinking he was on the Jets or something, but I'm just mixing up my coaches now, apparently. All right, we are back on the clock. James Cook, top ADP value. We could go Keenan Allen, see if you're worthy. We could take Anthony Richardson, go get your guy Downs later. McLaurin.
Kind of feel like we need receiver.
I kind of like Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I'm fine with McLaurin.
And then we could potentially do Jaden Daniel stack later.
Yeah.
I always want to call him Jaden McDaniels because that's the Timberwolves player.
I think you had a Freudian slip before on that as well.
Yeah. Can't help it. Just got Jaden McDaniels on the mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty into McLaurin this year with Daniels. Yeah, it's just weird. He's one of those guys where it's like, he's talented, but he's just never really truly had like a crazy season. But
yeah,
I feel like with Cliff Kingsbury there and with Jaden Daniels, like he's set up pretty well, and this cost is pretty fun where he's going as our wide receiver 3. So yeah, I like taking the Kyron Fowler and then just the tight end who could be tight end 1 with McBride, and we still get our wide receiver points here in the 5th.
Yeah. Yep. So this is. Do we need to be considering a stack? Like, do we think we want to do? Do we want to go with Kyler Murray here, or is this just too much for a reach for? Where is his ADP?
What is his ADP? It's pretty far down, right?
ADP of 78. So we can probably wait on Kyler.
Yeah. I'd say we probably take another receiver here. Or let's see what running backs are still there, because there's, I think, Mixon and other. So like if one of those running backs falls, I'd consider it. Otherwise, receiver, we have a Goff out. We have the Jaden Daniels out in that quarterback window there. So we could go, we could double tap those guys if they fall to us. And then if we take some receivers, we can always backstack as well. So
yeah, we're not pressed to get Kyler. Like if Kyler falls to us in the 7th round, I would take him there.
Yep.
But I don't think we need to be reaching for him because we do have some. I mean, we're obviously not locked out of quarterback yet.
We got the guy in the 10 hole with the JT A-Rich start with A-Rich falling. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, James Cook and Mixon are both fallers.
I know these are both pretty strong running back options for us.
Do you have
Kamara also could be good in PPR. Actually, Kenneth Walker, I kind of love the playoff matchups with the NFC North. Don't hate that either. I would go Mixon ahead of Kenneth Walker, but I don't hate him either.
Just Mixon or Walker's such a tough click for me. In underdog, it's a little bit better, but in PPR, it's like I know he still has like single game upside, but okay. What about receiver here? Is there anybody that like we would?
We could go Lad McConkey, or I mean Calvin Ridley. Obviously, I don't love Calvin Ridley. I'd rather go McConkey, Odunze, Addison, Thomas, any of these.
Yeah, I say Lad, and then it gives us another out to a Herbert later if we don't get our guy. And I think Lad is going to project very, very well just based on that room. Ridley's fine. I don't know. It's like I think I prefer D-Hop straight up over him, and D-Hop goes like 10 picks, whatever, 10 or 15 picks later. I don't know. He's fine. He's like a wide receiver in this range where there's just a bunch of guys that I view very, very similarly. It's just pick one out of a hat. Lad has the rookie upside, and just I think he'll project well anyways. So yeah. But sorry, what were you saying?
I want to hear why you are out on Kenneth Walker, because I'm like that to me is like I love the Kenneth Walker play, in part now because of the playoff matchups, but I was already pretty in on Kenneth Walker for where he's going. So I'm curious to hear your reasoning for being a hater.
Well, let's see. The Seattle is it's Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago.
Yeah, NFC North was who you want to be running on last year.
Yeah, I mean Green Bay's run defense is always terrible. I think that's a scheme thing where they're just like they are always terrible against the run. And then Minnesota, I mean, I think they brought in some pieces, but yeah, usually their defense isn't amazing. And then I don't know, Chicago, like as a Lions fan, I'm like very scared of Chicago. Like they spent a shit ton of money on their defense. I know it's like we don't really know what's going to happen. But I think for Walker, I'm a Michigan State fan, and he went to Michigan State. So like I love, like as a player, like just as like a football fan, I love him. But just the lack of pass catching, I think is like he does kind of make up for it with just his pure explosiveness. But I think he's more of an underdog play than a DraftKings play, just based on that. Where it's like his floor is pretty low, even if he does give you a few spike weeks. And it's like because of the lack of pass catching, even if he does rip off like 2 long touchdowns, it's like he's really not giving you like a 30-point week. It's more like a low 20s point week. So I don't know. He's fine in this range, especially going next to like Kamara and Aaron Jones. Obviously, I prefer Mixon and Cook over him. That fell almost to the same spot, but yeah, it's just the pass catching. I wish I was more in on Kenneth Walker as a fan of him, but I don't know. Can't do it.
I mean, you might be right. He might be a better underdog play than DraftKings in general. He does have the the 100-yard bonus. So if he's just a pure rusher, gets all of his volume on the ground.
True, you're right.
More likely to hit that, but
didn't factor that in.
But yeah, I think that's a fair. I'm just given the schedule. I'm just like, yeah, give me. I want to be in on that Seattle and NFC North little matrix going on there.
I mean, he could have what it was like David Montgomery. I forget if his I think it was not his rookie year, but his second year, where he just like went absolutely bonkers, getting like 25 carries and like 3 touchdowns or whatever, an absolute league winner at the end of the year. It's like I could see that for Kenneth Walker for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we got buying 4 with a black box here. Oh, there we go.
That was weird. Goes Ridley falls a little bit.
He's going the double elite Andrews Kittle. It's fun.
That is fun. Secret Random. That's a good name.
Don't rely on ADP. People using ranks. Oh, okay. Well,
good to know.
Don't think we have any ranks in here.
I feel like I put in ranks at one point, but
did you? Okay.
Maybe that was pre-draft. Maybe I haven't since the draft. All right, so now I think we got Kyler.
Oh, perfect.
So love that.
Yeah, that played out perfect. There you go.
Yep. I think right at ADP. It's not like we got some great value there, but yeah, I'll take it. I really like. I don't know who do you like better in a vacuum? Kyler, Burrow, Prescott. How would you rank those 3?
Oof.
I know it's tough. It's putting you
on the spot that's so tough.
I don't know what my answer is there, but that's the thing. Like to get him third of that group, I'm happy with it. Like it's flip a coin for me.
I guess it pains me to say as a Kyler stan, but I think it's probably Dak or Burrow, just with them having the receivers going in the first couple picks. So it's like if you have Lamb or Chase going for like a 30-40 point game, then obviously the quarterbacks are coming along with them. And it's like Kyler obviously has McBride, he has Marvin Harrison, but it's like it's a little bit like not as right. They're not top 5 picks. They're a little bit farther back. So yeah, I don't know. I think real life Dak and Burrow are better quarterbacks too. So yeah, I think I'd have to go. It's a toss up between Dak and Burrow, and it pains me to say, but Kyler would be third, which hurts, but I think
that's fair. I think that's where they go in ADP. I'm not totally like Kyler definitely has the most rushing upside of the group though. So that's like, that's true. For fantasy, like that matters quite a bit. As for his nose, MHJ, like who knows, just like better pass catching options with MHJ and Trey McBride now. I don't know. It's a toss up for me. Those 3. I'm obviously just doing the stacking thing. Whatever stack I have going, I'm going to take that quarterback. But all 3 I think have just like clear top 5 upside. Like they're not going in the top 5, but the upside is certainly there.
Yeah. See, this is the thing that we keep bringing up Jacob. But I'm in a Discord with him and I read all of his stuff, so I feel like he's constantly in my brain. But he always talks about how like all the players he really likes, they get like either pushed up or everyone's talking about them. So then he like gets off the train when like he should just keep pushing on it. Where it's like Kyler's one of those guys where like in Dynasty, I think at one point I got up to like 35% or 40% Kyler because I was just like he was going in like the 3rd round, which it's like it just doesn't make sense. He was a 1st round pick and he can score 25 points per game in Superflex tight end premium, and I was just like all in, and so I should be all in on him, but then I just talked myself out of it when you asked me the question, which is classic thinking right there.
James Conner goes. I was kind of hoping to add him to our Arizona stack. Mostert. I mean, we still have. Is Trey Benson's not there? Oh, he is. He's still there. We do still have the Jaden Daniels out later on, but we don't need to go those guys yet. We have, quarterback, only one running back, 4 receivers, and a tight end.
We could go Najee or Warren if you wanted to go one of those guys again, or Mostert.
Star Najee and wait, is Jalen Warren? Let's go Warren. We
Switch
went
it up.
Najee last time, yeah. Because Felix didn't show up, we're not going to take his guy.
Exactly.
You only take Najee if Felix shows up. So really, Felix, if Najee would have won this for us, it's your fault that we did not take Najee because he didn't show up to our draft.
Yeah, I feel like Felix, he's pretty frequent viewer. So yeah, it may be the random time he's just not available.
Yeah, I mean, I think he still works a full-time job too.
I think so too.
But he does the Beetlejuice thing. You name Najee and suddenly Felix pops up in chat. Usually.
Maybe I need to make a Felix clip of like him like sneaking up behind me.
Yeah.
I'll green screen it.
That would be funny. Whenever you draft Najee.
He just appears. Okay, so we have Warren and Kyron. So two small guys that could get passing game work, and Kyler McBride. We have Amon-Ra, Devontae, Terry McLaurin, McConkey. So yeah, I think we have some. It's like pretty well balanced. We can just take the board as it comes to us, and have some other quarterback options in a few rounds. Yeah, I like this build so far. A little bit not thin at wide receiver. I don't want to say thin, but it's like
we took risky. Yeah, I mean we have a very strong core. Amon-Ra and Devontae Adams, as you said, just going to rack up targets. Then we go Terry McLaurin, Ladd McConkey. Like it's a little bit thin, but they're upside bets. Worth noting here that Felix's high school football teammate took Najee Harris and Eric Beinfor.
There you go. He's paying homage to Felix. It's so funny that Najee and Warren go like literally basically back to back.
And honestly, I have no idea what's right. Like, who should I be taking? To me, it's just we won't really know until at least August, and maybe not until after the games start. And maybe it'll be the same as last year. It's just like, yeah, they're both fine for this range. Like they're both.
Yeah, we're just baking in the Arthur Smith boost, but we're like, what if it's just the Steelers aren't that good?
Yeah.
Rashee Rice still going this weird range. I know I was talking to him before, and it's like I think whatever. He's probably not going to fall anymore. So if you want to stack him up, I think that makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely a hard click.
Very hard click. All right, we have one quarterback, two running backs, four receivers, one tight end. I have thoughts here, but
yes. I also have a few guys that I think we're mind melding on. So let's see what happens in 8 seconds.
All right. Well, Jaden Daniels, we do have Terry McLaurin, so we could go Jaden Daniels for part of that stack. Who else? Trey Benson potentially.
Yeah, those were the two that stuck out to me. So if we just want to lock up our two quarterbacks and then just hammer running back and receiver for a while.
I think that makes sense. It's a really fun quarterback pairing too.
Yeah.
Kyler, it's just like, and I think it's a common one too. I think everybody, it just like happens where they go ADP wise, at least on Underdog, it seems to happen a lot. But it's just a super fun quarterback pairing. The upside, unlimited.
I mean, yeah, this is like the rushing upside for both these guys is crazy. And then pairing them up together.
Yeah. Yeah, Charles says I only feel comfy drafting Rice when he is at least my fifth wide receiver. Yeah, unless I take Patrick Mahomes. Sometimes I will just make the bet there if I've already taken Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, generally not taking him. And like I'm just expecting him to continue to fall. So I have not drafted a ton of Rashee Rice recently.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. Well, the streams are just popping up. Like I have a bunch of like push notification. I don't have a ton of notifications on my phone, but for streams, I just have them on there. So if I want to just hop in for a second, and like Ron Stewart's going live in a little bit. Fantasy Football Sanctuary is going live. We're live. I think there's a couple ones before us. It's like it's crazy. If you want to watch best ball, there is content all day, every day now.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to do like competing streams where like we get in drafts with the fantasy football sanctuary. Like it would be kind of fun to do that, but then at the same time people can't like turn on both streams and like listen to
Yeah.
both audios. It's a little bit tough, but I kind of want to do like, you know, I think we all kind of like collaborating, so it'd be kind of fun to draft against Tyler and Tom on a stream, but at the same time, you know, then you're kind of competing for audience as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to pull off, I think.
I mean, yeah, I think we can do. I think it's fun to do both. Like fun to do competing streams and also fun to do on stream. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we talked we're about to be on the clock, so let's talk through our pick here.
All right. I mean, Trey Benson is.
Yeah, I say Benson.
Let's do it. Especially since we already have a couple really solid running backs in Kyron and Jalen Warren. Like we've talked about this. I think that Trey Benson, I just love him as like an RB3 with huge upside when you have the safe guys locked up.
Yeah, I like him. I like him way better than Javonte. I just think he's way better than Javonte. Better offense, and Javonte is such a weird. He's so polarizing. Like people are either like, "Oh man, why is he going pick 102 or whatever he's going," and then other people are like, "Yeah, I'm just not taking him at all." Like
I know I drafted a ton of him last year. I know Ben Gretch was really into him for a little while, which made me like kind of rethink like, oh shit, do I need to be more into Javonte? But it's a tough click for me. But he's another year recovered from injury. Maybe he will be more efficient. I think Sam Sherman did the thread today about like he was never that good. Like you look at his efficiency stats. So like why are we, when we talk about like what he could go back to, it's like, well, he was never that good. So I don't know. He's definitely a polarizing running back that I take him when he falls a little bit.
Yeah, I've taken some of them, and it's like I don't want zero. But and speaking of Ben Gretch, he did a stream today on his Stealing Signals channel. I think the first one he did. It was a really cool format because he obviously can't fast draft, so he was doing a bunch of talking through his slow draft picks, and it was very very fun and very engaging. So I retweeted it. Go check that out.
All right, I'm going to queue up Gus Edwards, but then we can talk about. We only have 4 receivers so far.
I kind of lean receiver here. I mean, I'm fine with Leggett or Wicks if we want to go. I feel like. Do you want Gus for the early season points?
No, I think we're good. We'll take your guy Leggett here.
Okay.
It was just kind of like to me, there's a little bit of a break here in terms of like buckets where I take like a tier break between Gus and Zeke to me. But I don't feel that like we are pretty strong at running back already with Kyron Warren and Trey Benson. So we don't really need a 4th running back yet, I think.
Yeah.
Just kind of like I queued him up just because I saw a little bit of a tier break there.
Yeah, Gus is like, it's the same thing where it's like, okay, yeah, if he's just in an offense where they're running a ton, he could pay off just based on the touchdowns and the volume, but it's like in the PPR, it's fine based on the cost, but I'm just like a little bit less into it on a PPR site. And then I do have a Xavier Leggett clip, so I'm gonna rip it for really quick.
Oh no, man! I woke up ready, man. I got a call right after I got dressed. They was coming to pick me up at 9:30 in the morning. I told them I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah, see, I'm already in on Leggett, and then now I have a clip, so I'm just like it's pushing me that little bit of extra. So if Jacob Sanderson's in, then I'm in. So that's how I'm going to justify it. But yeah, it's a fun.
I did
clip.
not understand most of that clip until 9 a.m. I'm going to be ready. That part I was like, okay, now I'm catching up to what he's trying to say. But for a while there was like, what is going on? I cannot understand this accent one bit.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
We need a Leggett translator for sure.
Yeah. All right, coming up on our pick, Dontavian Wicks goes, unfortunately.
Oof. Oh man, this is a tough spot.
It is. So we are at 1 tight end, 5 receivers, 3 running backs, 2 quarterbacks.
Probably, I guess Ford or Dowdle are fine running backs. Wide receiver, yeah. Can you tab to wide receiver just really quick so we can see who's here? Oh man, this is a terrible range. I don't mind Polk if we want to go above ADP a little bit. He's way down in ADP here. Yeah. What do you feel in running back or wide
I
receiver?
prefer one of these three. Take your pick.
Let's go Sharps.
I was thinking, since you're out on Kenneth Walker and Sharps, I still want to be in on that those Seattle running backs for that home stretch. So I like the Sharps pick.
Yeah, I just think he'll get some standalone value as like the passing down guy.
Yep.
And some just whatever rushing volume, and then he has the contingent value. And like, yeah, it is a little bit weird though, because when you have like an Algier going so much later, obviously I like Bijan more than Walker, but it's like I don't think there should be a whatever 30 to 40 pick difference between those two. It's more a Algier should move up than a Charbonnet should move down, but it's like whatever. I want some Charbonnet, but it's not like a guy like I'm smashing. And it's also like Ford is fine, and Dowdle are fine, but I don't know. I guess I just like the talent more with Charbonnet over those two other guys, but
and this is full PPR. So like the fact that he is the passing down back, like if you can just rack up a few of those 6 reception games, like maybe I don't know, maybe the upside is higher just because it is full PPR for Charbonnet, or I guess more like the floor is higher.
Yeah,
for Charbonnet. What was I going to say though? Oh, so I have not been super in on Algier, and you're not the first person that I've done a stream with who's been super in on. I guess for me, I'm sort of making the assumption that with the new coach that he's going to have less standalone value, that Algier is going to be like relegated, like Bijan will take on more of that workload just based on talent, and Algier will take a big backseat. So it's like almost entirely contingency for Algier, whereas Charbonnet to me has more standalone value. But that's just like me making an assumption that like they're gonna just use Bijan more, the new coaching staff, and could be completely wrong, obviously.
I mean, I think it's pretty much pure contingent, but it's like like when you're making contingent bets, it's like, okay, what is the payoff if they like some guys are contingent bets, but it's like if the guy in front of them goes down, they don't even get like 50%. They get maybe whatever. They get a boost. But it's like if Bijan goes down and it's just Algier, like he's gonna be like a whatever 8K, 9K guy on like for DFS or for whatever. Like he's gonna be the guy. So it's like, what do you win when you win? Okay.
Ben Sinnott. So we have Jaden Daniels. We only have one tight end. Get Ben Sinnott right at ADP.
Yeah, I don't love these receivers. So yeah, let's go Sinnott.
And we are taking him above Dalton Schultz, who's falling way past his ADP. Should we do that? I don't know.
I mean, probably we should go Schultz, I guess, just based on
It's tough because we
don't have anything going.
Well, just because Ben Sinnott is part of our stack, but it's also like that's a really nice fall for Schultz. Although, as somebody in chat just said, we don't need to be paying attention to ADP because people are drafting off ranks now.
I feel like I don't love Schultz, but just I think that's the prudent pick there. As much as
I think so too. Yeah. I don't know. Some people are calling Sinnott the this year's Sam Laporta. So we will regret that pick if that works out. I think it's pretty unlikely that he's this year's Sam Laporta.
Yeah, I mean that was a nut outcome. Obviously, like pretty much the best tight end season of all time. Don't think we want to make that bet that's going to happen. I'm fine taking Sinnott, but I think if there's that's how many picks of ADP value, like 20 something.
30. I think it was like 30 picks of ADP value. Yeah. So it's like, man, if it was just a little bit less of a fall, I would have just gone with our stack. But because it was such a big fall, I don't know. It's close. It was a close call for me there.
Yeah.
That's why you make the call at the end.
Yeah. How many receivers do we have? Because I think we should probably like quarterback. We can't obviously we were talking about 2 QB versus 3. I think we can go 2. Yeah. If one of the guys that lines up falls later on, we can definitely do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers or 6.
We only have 5 so far.
Okay. I mean, I really like our running back room. The mix of Kyron and then the other 3 guys that are kind of like 1A, 1B plus contingent upside bets. I like that. I like our tight end.
I think we could be done at both quarterback and tight end now. So that is a nice thing. We could just go volume at running back and wide receiver too. And I think I'm with you that I'm happy with the running back room as it is shaped up so far. There are some interesting wide receivers. I mean, Roman Wilson, you see, is here. Troy Franklin, I kind of like. A lot of these rookie receivers. But all right, what pick? Oh, this pick.
Yeah, let's see what happens. We're one pick away. I definitely lean Polk.
Oh, you're a big Polk guy. See, I've been not drafting a ton of Polk, but I'm happy to add him to my mix here.
Yeah, I think it's just draft capital trutherism, but okay. I don't think he's that much different of a bet than Leggett and whatever. Like I don't think he should be priced where he is. It's just because there's kind of whatever. There's the three guys there and New England. Obviously the May goes in like pick 200 on underdog. So people don't feel the need to push him up. But I think just based on the profile, based on the draft capital, it's just very ambiguous. So if he is a guy, then like he could just really be a guy. And yeah, I mean, and it's also just the opportunity cost of Roman Wilson. Like I liked his profile, but it's fine in an Arthur Smith offense. There's probably some room for targets, so I get it, but I definitely want to take him, but not like a guy I'm like all in on. Troy Franklin, kind of the same thing. Like he fell all the way to the 4th round with Bo Nix, so his college quarterback. But I just feel like Polk should be going like 2 rounds ahead of them both. Like Polk maybe moved up a little bit, and Roman Wilson and Troy Franklin probably fine in this range. So yeah, just I don't know. I think maybe that's the dynasty guy in me coming out.
Oh, sure.
But yeah.
All right. So I have not taken Jalen Polk has been kind of a blank spot for me. Like I just kind of like skip over the name to be honest with you. And for me, I think it's just because the New England receivers to me, it's so like there's like 6 of them, and like I can't differentiate.
And he's the most expensive one.
I've heard some people say that Javon Baker is the better receiver of the 2 of them, and he goes way later. So it's just like, yeah, I guess I'll skip over Polk and go. I end up clicking. I mean, Burton when he went a little bit earlier today, but then I end up going a lot of Roman Wilson, Troy Franklin, who was just like, seemed like the better prospect coming in, and I don't know. So he has been kind of so I'm happy when you're here to tell me to click Polk to get my shares there, because otherwise I'm just have not gotten a lot of Polk. So happy to do so when I have somebody who wants to take him.
Yeah, I think it's the dynasty person in me, because it's like when you just kind of look at like the probabilities of someone hitting, like when I mean, and you don't want to just like religiously be like, okay, 2nd round is always better than 4th round. There is guys that hit from later on, but if we're just looking at like the chances, it's like I'm gonna bet on the guy that's a 2nd round pick especially if it's an ambiguous wide receiver room over Roman Wilson was 3rd round, I believe, and Troy Franklin was 4th round. So it's right. It's literally just that. Didn't love Polk's profile. If anything, I think Polk and McMillan oof.
We got sniped. Where's the audio? Well, we got.
Oh, okay. You're ready for it?
Well, should we make our pick? Wan'Dale Robinson could be fine. Do you have any thoughts here?
Let's see here.
Kind of like Wan'Dale, but or Demarcus Robinson, Zay Jones. Oh, Zay Jones is part of our stack.
Yeah, we could go. Yeah, why don't we go Jones?
All right. Let's play the clip.
Okay, this is the preemption.
Would have been better if I didn't know it was coming, but
that's okay. We once per stream we have to use it. We have to find a spot to use it.
Yeah, no, that was good, and that was brutal because I was like really hoping for Luke McCaffrey to come back to us, go as 1 pick before us.
Yeah, no, I mean that. Yeah, when I forced you to get off of Senna, and then we miss on the other Commanders guy. So
yeah, but we got Terry McLaurin. Let's just hope that it's a funnel there.
I mean, yeah, it could be Terry catches 2 touchdowns and Jaden McDaniels runs for 150 yards or something. So yeah, I definitely could see that playing out.
For sure. All right. So now let's take a look at our room. So we are at 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 7 receivers, 2 tight ends. I'm very happy with our quarterbacks, Kyler Murray, Jaden Daniels. Running backs, Kyron Williams, Jalen Warren, Trey Benson, Zach Charbonnet. We'll probably want at least one more running back, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think wide receiver is probably where we are the weakest right now, but not that weak. I mean, we start with Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Lad McConkey, Xavier Legette, Jalen Polk, Zay Jones. Like
a lot of rookies.
We are up on the board. Who did I just? I'd like to go McLaughlin here. He's the
I like Jaleel if we want to be done with running back. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, just let me get my guy. Come on, Bindles.
Yeah, I don't have a Jaleel McLaughlin clip, but I can certainly make one.
Oh, you should, because he's a guy that you should be picking in every draft, in my opinion.
And he did play at a Division II school, so he does have a place in my heart as a former Division II football player. So we'll see what I can cook up for on stream with us.
Did you play against any NFL players?
Yes. Matt Judon, the D end. He went to Grand Valley State, which is it's like basically a D1 school that like is D2. Like there's a few of those where you're like, okay, like I think they have like how many students? Like 40,000 students, whereas like my school had like we're in the same division and we had like 10,000 students.
Okay.
Or less than that. And they have like their stadium is crazy and everything. But yeah, I played against him. What's his name? There was a guy. There was a few guys. I'm trying to think who the other ones were. Let me think. Let me do a quick Google search.
All right. Must not be very good.
He's not very good. That guy's not very good. Judon is the one where it's like, wow, he's actually like sick. Like, and he was crazy. Like we had like, obviously it's a lot of like Wisconsin and Minnesota, like white boys, farm boys. And it was just like, Judon actually went to school, like right where I went, near Detroit. And he was a little bit of like one of those guys where he comes in. That's what D2 is. A lot of players where they're like, they have one trait that's just really lacking. It's like either they're way too small, they're way too skinny, they have the athletic traits, but they didn't really do anything. It's like those kind of guys. But so yeah, he was really skinny, but then I think he played 5 years and I think he had 20 sacks or something his senior season. And against us, he had like 5 sacks. He just was absolutely killing us, like just destroying us. So yeah, I'm trying to think who the other guy is.
By the way, I think you also just described the UFL or spring football leagues, the guys who are like, they're just lacking one thing to get to the NFL. There are so many like defensive players in particular in the UFL where I'm like, man, he would totally be an NFL player if he were 30 pounds heavier, just like if he were big enough to play in the NFL. And they're just lacking that one trait. All right, we are coming up. Probably need to be jamming wide receiver.
Yep. I was going to say Mims. I was considering at our last pick. I'm not super into him, but I feel like, actually I like Pop Douglas more.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I like Pop, especially in full PPR.
Secondary New England stack here.
Yeah. We could tack on a Drake May if we
could make it a primary stack. That is true.
Yeah. Okay. So his name is Justin Zimmer. I don't know when he got drafted, but he was same thing, like just a man amongst boys in D2. Adam Shaheen, he was a tight end for I think he played for the Dolphins and the Bears. I think he was like a pretty high pick. He was like a 2nd or 3rd round pick. He was like this huge tight end who was like 6'8", 6'7", and like could run. And then Zach Sealer, he's a defensive tackle for the Dolphins. Big country white boy from Michigan who he signed a pretty big contract with the Dolphins a couple years ago. So yeah, it's surprising. I think this is a stat that not a lot of people know. There's more NFL players from Division II than there is from the MAC.
Oh, interesting.
Which is interesting because you're like, okay, well, one's D1 and obviously D2. You're pulling from a bigger pool.
Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting because it's like you have these guys where they come in and they're lacking this one thing, but then they play for like 4 or 5 years with red shirts, and then they kind of break out. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Next, David Kahn goes with he gets his own New England stack. He goes Javon Baker, Hunter Henry, and Drake May at the turn. So
that's nice. That lined up perfectly.
Yeah,
wow.
Really nice. But and I mean, not the end of the world that we're not going to add because we already have the quarterbacks we want anyway. I think probably would have taken May if he had fallen to our next pick, but also like I'm not that hurt that we didn't get him. You know, one of those kind of.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely didn't need it.
Let's see.
Yeah, wide receiver. It gets rough here, but we do have. Oh man, this is really rough.
So we're up to 8 receivers.
Okay.
Jalen Hyatt, I don't think is the worst bet.
Do we want to be done at running back, or do we want to go
add onto our stack? Anybody stand out here? I mean, Foreman seems like a pretty reasonable late round pick to me.
Yeah, Foreman. I'm not super into Roshan, but seems fine there.
I don't hate that. They could move Khalil Herbert.
Yeah,
I haven't. This pick, I think he's a pretty good pass catching running back too. So I think that's a good, solid pick.
Yeah, he's good pass blocker, good dump off option, and plausibly a good offense. So yeah, I don't mind it at all. And honestly, Foreman might fall all the way back around.
You see Felix in chat?
Felix is here?
Somebody must have alerted Felix. He says, "Did you all draft Najee?" My alert popped up too late. That's funny.
Yeah, and so I won't bash on Grand Valley too much, but that because my brother did go there. But yeah, it is where all the D1 guys without grades go. That's true. Yeah, Felix, we need a Najee signal that we need to tweet out at you or somehow get it to you. And then I also said that I'm gonna make I don't know if it'll be you or if it'll be Najee, but I want to make a clip where it's like a green screen it and like either you or Najee like comes up behind me and like attacks me or something. I don't know what we'll see what I can whip up in Canva. But
it's a good idea. But Felix, in this draft, no, we took your arch enemy, Jalen Warren, because you were not here. So we thought if Felix, he didn't pop up in our first draft when we did take Najee. So we said, all right, screw Felix. Then we're going to take Jalen Warren instead.
It's okay. We balanced it, perfectly balanced. One Najee, one Jalen Warren to hedge our bets.
Yeah. They might both be really good.
Yeah, true.
ADP. All right. So now we're at 2 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 8 receivers. I feel really good about this team, to be honest. I feel like we have rounded out pretty nicely. Kyler and Jaden Daniels at quarterback. At running back, we have Kyron Williams, Jalen Warren, Trey Benson, Zach Charbonnet, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Roshan Johnson. At wide receiver, we have Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Ladd McConkey, Xavier Legette, Jalen Polk, Zay Jones, Pop Douglas. That's it. And then at tight end, we have Trey McBride, and then we have who else we had there? Dalton Schultz, well past ADP. So I feel like it's a pretty strong team.
And honestly, I wasn't thinking as much through week 17 because of the way the draft fell. But we have Arizona and the Rams, and then we have we're on the clock, so let's see.
Don't hate Brendan Rice as just a late round, like maybe he's the better rookie.
Did Chark already go, I'm assuming? Yeah, he did. Okay.
Oh, Greg Dortch, we could still add on to our.
Yeah, let's do Dortch. I actually don't mind Dortch.
Yeah, I feel like if one of Dortch or Zay Jones hits, like we're gonna be in a good spot there.
Anytime I can bet against Michael Wilson, I will absolutely do it. I'm a very big Michael Wilson hater. I think he's like the most Jag wide receiver of all Jag wide receivers. So
I was pretty in on him last year because he was their only big-bodied receiver. And
I
also, unfortunately, because I was not in on Trey McBride last year, because I feel like I listened to one thing. I think it actually might have been Hayden Winks, who I like listening to his takes, but I think he was pretty out on Trey McBride. Like kind of just, he described him as just a guy. And so I didn't really believe in, and I don't want to throw Hayden under the bus. I don't know that it was Hayden. Some people that I listen to that I respect were very much out on Trey McBride. So I was like, all right, if he's not talented and he's the tight end 2 on his team, what are the odds that this guy's going to hurt me? So I just didn't draft any Trey McBride last year, and of course now I'm very much in on him this year, much earlier.
Yeah, I wish I had more Trey McBride last year. Unfortunately, I don't think I had very much at all. But yeah, I think that's why we want to be betting on the talent. It's just like you like, I know we don't want to just be complete dynasty virgins and be like, oh, their profile, but it's like it does matter a good amount.
Yeah. All right, so we have one more pick. We're at 2 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 9 receivers, and 2 tight ends. Wait, are we on? Oh, we are on the clock. All right.
I mean,
no, we're on the clock next. Sorry.
Man, this is I feel like this is kind of like a luxury pick. I don't know.
This is very much a luxury pick. Just who's that last round, like, has the upside kind of. I don't hate Tucker Kraft as
I don't mind Tucker Kraft or Gesicki. Oh wait, are we on the clock?
We are on the clock now.
We're on the clock. Why don't queue up Tucker Kraft or Gesicki. Running back, who is even available here? Let's see.
Garendo, Shipley, Justice Hill.
Yeah, Justice Hill or CEH or Gainwell.
Oh, Evan Hull's still there.
Yeah, you want to go Hull?
Yeah, let's do that.
I feel like tight end, like I feel pretty good about those two. Like,
they're pretty strong tight end room.
And like if Dalton Schultz just has one of the games where he happens to have 2 touchdowns, like, right, that's really all you need with Trey McBride there.
Yeah.
So yeah. All righty.
We did it. 2 drafts out of the way.
Now 2 20-round drafts.
2 20-round drafts out of the way. I don't know how to get back. I mean, I guess you go to contests after. If we wanted to look at this after it,
this
like,
is the Wild West for me, Neil. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't done DraftKings draft in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we can skip it. People can look at it, but I guess while we're here, I can do the look at our team one last time. So our final team, we got Kyler Murray, Jaden Daniels at quarterback, Kyron Williams, Jalen Warren, Trey Benson, Zach Charbonnet, Jaleel McLaughlin, Roshan Johnson, and Evan Hull at running back. At wide receiver, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Ladd McConkey, Xavier Legette, Jalen Polk, Zay Jones, Pop Douglas, Greg Dortch. And at tight end, we have Trey McBride and Dalton Schultz. So that is the final team. I think it's a really strong team. Yeah,
and then I was going to say we have the a little bit of New England and Chargers as well, week 17, without the quarterbacks, but I really like this team, how it played out. I felt a little bit top heavy at wide receiver, obviously with Amon-Ra and Devontae. That's like a super strong top 2. But then I think we really landed the plane with the rookies and the later guys we took to just fill in some points there for us. So yeah, this is a really fun team. And yeah, what else?
That allowed me to stay on. I got a pop up there that allowed me to stay on the draft. Just wanted to note that. It gave me a little thing that said, "Do you want to stay here?" And so we can still see the rest of the board. If there's anything else you wanted to look at, I mean. Notice that Bime 4 got Lamar Andrews. He got the double elite tight end. Stops there at tight end. Interestingly, he started being a piss boy with 3 receivers, then hopped off for a while with Lamar, Andrews, Kittle.
Ridley.
Still did the 5 consecutive running backs, 0 RB thing. Throws in a bunch of rookie wide receivers there. I don't even know who B Means is.
Did he get Bob Means?
Oh, Bub Means. That's funny.
He took A.T. Perry and Bub Means. So he's like, okay, one of these guys is going to be the wide receiver 3, maybe wide receiver 2. So just
okay. He doesn't have Derek Carr. He does. I was going to say he had just 1 quarterback, but I missed. He had Fields here in the 16th round. All right.
How have you been playing Fields? Have you taken him at all? I know people are very divided on that as well.
I have been taking him some, only on 3 QB teams, just as a late round upside. I usually take him stacked, so it's usually like I'll take Roman Wilson pretty late and then just I'll leave it to chance who I get between Fields and Russ Wilson. I'll just like push it, and then once one of them is off the board, I'll grab the other one generally. But yeah, not taking a ton. It's more of a like, yeah, if I get kind of blocked out of my quarterbacks, maybe I'll take him late. Ooh, what are we doing here? You gonna do a
So
giveaway
this is
here?
I have a giveaway for I did the 400 one on my last stream on Friday. And then we hit 450 right after I finished that stream on Friday. So I'm going to be giving away $25 via your whatever way you want it for a BBM5 entry. So yeah, let's spin the wheel.
Let's go. Oh, it was almost me. I didn't even know
It was almost you. Okay, so
Tyler
Emo
gets
Cowboy.
it.
I'll have to send him that on stream and see what we can do. Maybe I can set it in super chat, but then someone else will get it, so it won't be him. But
very nice.
Hell yeah,
that's cool. That was slick.
So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for 500, but we're around 30 to 35 away, so I'll have to do something fun for that. But Neil, you have another stream tonight and busy schedule this week. So what else do you want to cover off before we get out of here for the night?
Yeah, just Jim Waller on later tonight. That'll be at 9 Eastern. We're gonna take a look at the schedule, do a couple Best Ball Mania drafts. Then tomorrow it's gonna be me and Tom Strachan. On Wednesday, Megan Shoop are gonna come on the channel. So a lot of good guests coming up this week. Really excited to be doing a lot of guest streams this week. And then Thursday, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do one by myself. I feel like I've talked to a few people, so I need to get that nailed out. But yeah, a lot of guests to stream, and then a lot of people I need to reach out to. So check it out. Go subscribe. I think I still have it. I think it's still at NC Orfield 8K. I might change the name of my channel soon, but I think that's what it is for now.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and go join the Flannelverse Discord. I'm in there, and yeah,
the first member of the Discord outside of myself, I think.
That's true. Yeah, that's crazy. I think I was also the first member of Liam Murphy's Discord, which is hilarious. So I'm pushing the boundaries of Discord fandom here, but I am having Nez from the Badgeros on Wednesday night at 9:30. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do Friday. Like I said, I'm in the works with Pete. This is short notice, so I don't think it'll be this week. But otherwise, I will do a stream with on the Super Stack Bros channel. So go make sure you are subbed to that down below in the description. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And Neil, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Glad we got to roll some clips. You know, that's always a good time.
Definitely.
All right, everyone. See you later.
We'll be right back.